created in 2009, and in 2012, the 10 members that were member at the time wanted to basically sign a cooperation agreement to somehow seal the fact that they were cooperating together. And as you know, WOAH is currently working on its governance. We had the resolution of GRC adopted previously, but in general, we're looking also at different aspects of the governance of the organization. And the REMESA is currently funded for certain activities through funds coming from the World Animal Health and Welfare Fund. And we had a little legal question regarding the funding mechanism going to what we call the Scientific and Technical Office of the REMESA, which is, I would say, the technical arm of the REMESA, providing a service to the members of the REMESA with a voluntary money from WOAH. So we've done a legal assessment with a legal advisor that was selected through a transparent procedure. The main task of this legal assessment was to look, as I told you, to the financial mechanism going to what we call the store. But in order basically for the legal assessor to be able to understand that very acute point that we wanted to get advice on, looked at the overall REMESA. So, and I would like to provide you with some recommendation that he made on the overall REMESA. The findings of the legal advice in terms of the REMESA as a framework is that there was no legal value to the cooperation agreement that was signed in 2012 because there were no mention made of any accreditations of the signatories, whether the countries or the organizations. So people were signing a document, but it was not clear on behalf of who precisely they were signing. And there was no recognition or lacking formal recognition of WOAH and FAO. That being said, the legal consultant highly recognized that the text was still giving a very strong and concrete expression of a commitment of working together among the membership of those now 15 members working together, and realized that it was a functioning network, and that was actually, even if legally not perfect, it was in practice strongly functioning and definitely proving an added value for its membership. So the legal assessment provided some proposal to make a more legally sound REMESA, and one of the first recommendation was to propose a formal recognition of the REMESA, and also going through the most pragmatic legal instrument of the two international organizations, FAO and WOAH, to do so, with the simple objective to ensure the sustainability of the REMESA, and also the legal strengthening and increased attractivity to donors, which was actually the initial reasons why we asked for a legal advice. So what we've done based on those recommendations of the legal consultant, we shared the information with our council during the March meeting. The council was clear about recognizing the need to legally strengthen the REMESA, mandated the Director General to work in partnership with FAO on the legal provisions that would be necessary for a sustainable legal framework on the REMESA, and also mandated the Director General to inform and validate with the members, current members of the REMESA, about the legal solutions to be identified. Things that was done, I mean, a discussion with the members of the REMESA, it was done on the 29th of April through an extraordinary meeting of what we call the Joint Permanent Committee, so basically the CVO/delegates of the 15 members. And they did support the approach that was proposed, which is to formally recognize the REMESA by the two organizations, For WOAH, the most easy way to do it is through a resolution through the Assembly. So this is resolution number 5 that is proposed to you. And we're having discussion with FAO, and actually we had a fruitful discussion with our colleagues from FAO yesterday to progress on their own mechanism to go through this formal recognition on their side as well. And then, in order to go more in details on this legal framework at another level, we're going to have a meeting of the Joint Permanent Committee of the REMESA in mid-June in order to discuss more in detail. So the proposal was already published a few days ago following the comments we had received from the members. Basically, the resolution summarized somehow the story that I just explained you and proposed for the Assembly to recognize a formal recognition of the REMESA.
Before that, I would like to ask the Assembly if there are any comments, questions. No comments, no questions. So we will proceed now with the adoption of resolution number 5 concerning the formal recognition of REMESA. Are there any objections? See none. Are there any abstentions? Resolution number 5 is adopted by consensus for the Assembly. Thank you very much. Let's proceed, and I invite again Dr. François Caillat to provide a short update on the cooperation agreements and to give the results of the related resolutions adopted electronically already. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. Can you hear me? Yes. Maybe just before providing you with the result on some resolution related to MOU that you have adopted electronically, I just wanted to share with you some information about partnership at WOAH. You do know that currently we're having somewhere around 80 cooperation agreement, memorandum of understanding with other international organizations, but not only, also with intergovernmental bodies, sectoral associations, including private sector as well. And we have also a number of proposals that are pending analysis and process. In that context, and you might know that we're working currently at WOAH since the 1st of April under a little slightly modified organizational chart. And since then, there's a new department on institutional affairs and partnership that was created in my directorate on institutional affairs and governance. There's going to be a dedicated staff to work on partnership themselves, so they're already started. We're going to try to grow the team, so to make sure that we'll follow up closely on the MOUs, cooperation agreements, in collaboration, obviously, with the partners, but also the technical teams and also the regions that are supporting the implementation of those MOUs. This year, there were several agreements that we've been able to progress, and the result was proposed to you through the resolution and the related working documents. So I would like to provide you with the result of your electronic adoption. First one under resolution number 6, it was a memorandum of understanding between the World Organization for Animal Health and the Global Alliance for Livestock Veterinary Medicine. This is a renewed and also upgraded collaboration framework with government, replacing an exchange of letters that was made in 2022 and a previous MOU that we had also signed in 2014. It will last for a period of 4 years and will be renewable. And then this draft MOU and corresponding draft resolution have been adopted, as you can see on this slide. And for you to know, GovMed is a non-profit organization where the mission is to improve the livelihoods of resource-poor farmers by improving the availability, accessibility, and adoption of quality veterinary vaccines, medicines, and diagnostics for small-scale livestock producers in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. Bravo. We're very efficient because we just signed the agreement with the executive director during coffee break that just passed. So then it's resolution number 7. It's an MOU between WOAH and the International Meat Secretariat. So we have had a formal agreement with IMS since 2003. And this MOU supersedes the 2003 agreement. It will last for 4 years and obviously is renewable as well. So it's draft resolution number 7 that you have also adopted easily. IMS is a non-profit, non-governmental organization. IMS mission is to represent the international meat and livestock sector to promote the sustainable supply of safe, healthy, high-quality and nutritious animal protein, and to champion the sector's role in maintaining animal health and welfare and environmental sustainability. So, congratulations. Thank you very much for this cooperation agreement. And then under resolution number 8, it's an MOU between WOAH and the World Bank Group. We have had formal agreement with the World Bank at the time since 2001. This MOU supersedes the 2001 agreement and extends the partnership to also include the International Finance Corporation, IFC. It will last for an initial period of 2 years, automatically renewable for an additional 2-year cycle. So we had on this to follow a bit more the World Bank Group procedure. This draft MOU has been following, indeed, the World Bank template that was validated by our legal teams as well. The World Bank Group is a family of 5 international institutions, headquarters in Washington, D.C. The MOU covers 3 of these institutions, so the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, so the IBRD, the International Development Association, IDA, and the International Finance Corporation, IFC. So the collaboration between WOAH and the World Bank Group under this new MOU aims to strengthen global animal health and welfare systems and contribute to sustainable development and global health security. So this resolution was largely adopted as well. So thank you very much and congratulations. The last one is a totally new MOU between WOAH and the Wildlife Disease Association. So the Wildlife Disease Association is an international science society. WDA's mission is to promote healthy wildlife and ecosystems, biodiversity conservation, and environmentally sustainable solutions to One Health challenges through research, education, communication, and collaboration. WOAH and WDA have developed substantial mutual synergies in recent years. WOAH staff and national wildlife focal points have contributed to WDA conferences. WOAH sponsored the 2022 WDA annual conference, and WDA has offered also free memberships to WOAH Wildlife Focal Point. The organization hold regular meetings on a monthly basis. And you have also agreed to proceed with this MOU, and we're very grateful. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Before that, I open the floor if you have any comments or any question. No comments, no questions, so let's proceed. And now the next point will be the activities of the Council. And it's my turn now, and I'm pleased to present you a brief overview of the activities of the Council over the past year. And it will cover the period from May 2025 to May 2026. And in line with the Assembly's decision at the 92nd General Session, the Council continues to strengthen transparency. So since October 2025, the minutes of the Council meetings have been made publicly available on WOAH website, so you can follow completely our activities. It's in the website. And during this period, the Council held 2 face-to-face meetings in Paris in October 2025 and in March 2026. The Council paid particular attention, of course, to the review of the WOAH basic texts, supported by the intensive work of the Governance Review Committee, which met regularly and played a key role in advancing this process. In October 2025, the Council reviewed the outcomes of the 92nd General Session, discussed also ways to improve participation of the delegates and how to improve the quorum, and encourage a stronger role for regional and sub-regional representations. We also discussed the organization of this General Session, the 1903, and including the new venue, where we are now, and the Animal Health Forum, and reviewed progress on the organizational reform and the draft of the 8th Strategic Plan. In March 2026, the Council focused on preparing this 93rd General Session. We validated the program, the composition of the statutory bodies, and the recipients of the Gold Medal and the Meritorious Awards that occurred on Monday. The Council reviewed and approved key administrative and financial documents, including 2025 accounts, adjustments to the 2026 program, and the proposed 2027 budget and contribution scale, including an increase in the minimum contributions for Category B members for the Assembly's consideration. We also approved several technical documents, including new and updated reference laboratories and standards proposed for adoption. A significant part of our discussions was devoted to the work of the Governance Review Committee, as I mentioned, including its recommendations to the Assembly and the extension of its mandate. The Council also endorsed the 8th Strategic Plan for 2027-2031 that you just adopted earlier today. And beyond formal meetings, Council members actively engaged with regional commissions conferences and maintained close dialogue with delegates in their regions. Dear delegates, the Council remains fully committed to supporting the Assembly and to ensure sound governance, transparency, and strategic direction for our organization. And I'm only the face of a work that is really a work that is managing very well, in my view. So I need to thank all the members of the Council for all their commitment and the supportive. And I may say to you that it's very easy to work in our Council group because they are really engaged, and it's really very active activities that we have in the Council. Thank you, dear colleagues. I'm completely available if you have any question or any comment on the activities of the Council. Okay, I highlight again that they are available in the WOAH portal. And so I propose the Assembly the adoption of our report of the activities of the Council. Are there any objections? I see none. Any abstentions? Thank you so much. The report is adopted by consensus. It's of course, you can. I'm happy.
I just wanted really to, indeed, in the name of the Secretariat, thank the Council for the very good discussion, very good advice, very good questions. Sometimes challenges questions that the Council ask to us. And I think that also maybe, I was not attentive enough, but did you say that you were participating as a president to every regional conference? So I think it is very important, and we can applaud you for that.
Thank you. I guess it's very important for us and for me in particularly as president of the Assembly of the Delegates, understand better the realities of our different regions. They are in fact very different realities, but we have all a common objective, and it is very clear in all the regions, all the good meetings that I had the possibility to participate. So thank you for the regions that invited me and the possibility to share the discussions. It was very good. So thank you, Emmanuel. And now I open for you the floor for the next intervention, and go ahead to the update of the regional representation for Africa.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la Présidente. Donc, chers délégués.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Dear delegates, I wanted to share with you some information regarding an important decision taken in March by the Council, by the Board, regarding the future of the regional representation for Africa in Bamako. This is a topic on which I delivered a presentation for the Regional Core Group for Africa, and also during the Regional Committee meeting in Africa. During the March Council meeting, following a very intense debate and following an in-depth analysis of the safety and security, the situation in Mali, the Council decided to close down the regional representation for WOAH, which was initially located in Bamako in Mali. It was the regional representation for Africa. The decision was taken purely for safety and security related reasons for the staff. There is no judgment on our part regarding politics or anything else. Simply, we want to apply our duty to protect our staff, and we have a responsibility towards the regional representation. We wanted to be able to operate in safety. We want to be able to meet, and we no longer have the conditions. Unfortunately, the current situation no longer allows us to guarantee that we can meet in safety conditions. Before we submitted the issue to the Council in March, we already had taken some decisions and started actions to guarantee the safety of our staff and the continuity of our work based on information we received from a consultant company with regard to safety and security. We had decided to allow all of our agents to work remotely from home, all the regional representation agents, and we offered some of our agents the possibility to work from their own country for those who were not Mali citizens. I wrote to the Foreign Affairs Minister and the International Cooperation on September the 10th, 2025, to ask for their support in order to guarantee the safety of our staff, their families, and also the locals working for the representation in the compliance with the diplomatic agreement that we have with Mali. And I must say that the French Embassy of Mali in France informed the competent authorities of our request, and some action was taken by the competent services in Mali towards the regional representation located there. Unfortunately, the situation did not improve. And we, as I said, asked the Council for their advice on the matter. Now, what I really must say, what I think matters here is that, again, I mean, I really want this to be clear. I'm grateful to Mali for having hosted the regional representation for over 20 years. We always felt supported by the country, and we really want to put this clearly to your attention. The representation of Central Africa and Western Africa will be maintained. I had a bilateral meeting yesterday with the Mali delegate, and I was able to explain this again very clearly. But following the decision made in March, I met the representative of the Mali embassy in France, and I explained to them what the technical issues were and how difficult the decision was for us to take. But again, I explained that this was purely due to safety and security related matters. And therefore, I formally announced that we would renounce the agreement that we had with Mali for 20 years. We talked to the cooperation administration, and we decided that the closing process should be completed within 1 year following notification of our wish to stop the contract. Again, I'm not questioning the very good work that was accomplished by the regional representation and all the staff working there for many years. Neither do I question the unrelented support from Mali towards WOAH and the work conducted by our representation there. WOAH remains fully committed towards the region, and the activities will continue during the transition period. We will still support all of our members, and we will continue with the activities and the projects for Central Africa and Western Africa. I also would like to pay tribute to Dr. Karim Tonka, whom most of you know, because he was the regional representative for many years, and he is now going to help us during the transition period. I really would like to thank him for this, because I can imagine it can't be easy, it must be difficult. We have implemented support mechanisms for all the staff during the transition period, and I would like to thank wholeheartedly every single staff member for all their commitment in spite of the difficult situation. Also, I want to reassure our technical partners. Some of them may be represented in this room or may be listening online, financial partners, institutional partners. Again, the decision to close down our representation in Bamako doesn't change anything. We're still committed, and we want to continue with the ongoing programs and the joint initiatives. We will continue working in close collaboration with each and every one of you. We will maintain the same spirit of transparency and mutual trust, and all the activities that were started for our members' benefit in the region will be continued. There will be no interruption. Our commitment to serving the WOAH members in the area is unchanged, and we will continue working with all the stakeholders to make sure that the transition takes place in a very harmonious and respectful way. Also, I would like to repeat that WOAH wants to continue being present with an institutional presence in both Western and Central Africa. So we are thinking about how to best organize this. And we will be holding another presentation in the near future to explain how we would like to organize a safe and well-organized presence in the area. It was a difficult decision that we had to take, but we did take it. I mean, the council took it, and I simply wanted to explain how and why we took this decision. Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
For the transparency of the information that you gave us. So I open the floor to the Assembly if you have any requests, any comments to this situation. Congo, I can see Republic Democratic of Congo. Go ahead.
Merci.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I would like to pay tribute to the courage shown by our organization. Before this happened, the harbor, the position in Bamako was vacant. Our friend knew he was going to be replaced, and this procedure means that some of our colleagues applied for Karim's position when he retired, and all of a sudden the process was suspended or cancelled. Cancelled in English? Is it cancelled? Yes, it was cancelled. The vacancy advertising was cancelled. So that was a courageous decision. But I am thinking of our participation in the 93rd General Session. It was, it took quite some effort to obtain our participation because Karim was a hub. He was like a platform. He held all of Africa between his hands. Karim was there. He was the director. He was organizing everything, keeping everything together. And maybe Karim is somewhere. And in a hospital, fully conscious but kind of anesthetized. And maybe there are things we are thinking, and we are within the council are thinking about this. We think, okay, nature hates empty spaces. Madam Director General, please, please do everything you can so that within a very short time we have a replacement solution, because leaving the situation as it is will be very difficult. Karim cannot be replaced overnight. We need a very in-depth process to be undertaken, and I would like to thank Rachid Bougoudure and Goma Pessé for their efforts. They're trying to step in, but for Africa, I mean, that is my personal opinion, for Africa, Karim cannot be replaced overnight. It will take some time. And that is my plea. We have some proposals. We will submit them to them separately, privately. Thank you very much for Mr. President of the Regional Commission. Just for the sake of clarity, Karim, as I said, agreed. To be very clear, we have a consultant contract with him. He will manage the transition, and I would like to thank him for having agreed to do this. We have some work that was split between the sub-regional representatives in Africa. I hope you were informed on who does what, and if not, we will do it again, but I thought the message had been passed on. Now, the next question is how do we make sure we do this fast enough so that we will soon know where the next representation will be located? We have suspended the call for applications for Karim's replacement because we can easily imagine that some people wanted to apply, but they would like to know where the representation will be located to make sure they still want to apply. It wasn't easy for us to hire somebody not knowing where the representation would be located. By the way, we got quite a number of applications, but we asked these people who applied whether they might still be interested if the to apply for the position in a few months from now, although we cannot say exactly when and where the location, where the representation will be located. But some people are still seem to be interested. We're going to have a look at it. And we will do this, as we always do, in connection with you and in connection with the core group and the regional commission. But you're right, transition periods are always a very touchy, difficult time. And this is the reason why we wanted to convey the message to our financial partners as well. We're not leaving, we're not running away, we're there and we're going to stay there, we're going to continue working.
Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think I don't want to repeat what has been said. But honestly, with all sense of responsibility, to commend, well, I'm saying it the way it is, to commend WOAH for these very decisive steps that you have taken in respect to Dr. Tonkara. And why am I saying it? We also know all over the world, once there's a crisis, once there's a problem, you must handle the situation very, very well. We're in a crisis situation over there. We need some level of stability, or whoever is going to take up that responsibility. And for me, it is not how fast that you do this that is important, but how well. For me, I don't just want to talk about the personality about Dr. Tonkara. Yes, some of us have had interactions with him over the years. We know what he has been doing. Now, in this difficult situation we have found ourselves, and the Director General explained all the efforts. This thing has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing, but it is based on the situation that we have found ourselves. And it means we must take decisions that will stand the test of time. I also submit that if we really want WOAH to be well represented, because, for instance, if the issue of where do you even put the offices, for instance, if you're going to recruit, are they going to the same place where the offices are? It is beyond, for me, it is beyond recruiting just somebody to go there. Somebody that has been very familiar with the terrain, I believe strongly it can help WOAH in stabilizing the situation. So I therefore plead with our members to also give the leadership, because we believe in WOAH leadership, the discretion to take some of those decisions that they are taking. Because if we don't give them the discretion, because I know from what she has said and from what we've heard, she's not doing it because of any personal thing. Yes, we know people can be replaced. But the honest truth is that we want to have some level of stability in the system, not bringing people at this stage where there's a crisis, and then we have a lot of problems. Like I said, without repeating again, even in countries where there are crises, I stand to be corrected. A lot of issues sometimes have been deferred until when there's some level of stability. In that case, you are ensuring the safety of the people. It's not just about creating the offices. You are ensuring the safety of the staff and everybody that is connected. On this note, I want to submit, and strongly, that please, we can put the issue of replacement in abeyance for now. Let's look at the situation. The leadership should be able to take a stand, and wisely for that matter, when the time so is favorable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nigeria. Any other comments? We understand it is a very difficult situation, and for some members that impact, of course, to the organization, and that's why our Director General was so clear with all of us, and I must say that it was a very good discussion in the good sense. We deeply discussed this and the consequences of the decision. And as we were saying, we need to take care of people and the safety of the people that are working directly to WOAH. I don't know, Emmanuel, if you want to add anything.
No, I think yes. No. Yes, it's people at the heart, as we said this morning. I think it is the most important. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And now we ended this part of the session, and we now will proceed to the electoral part. And at this stage, I will kindly ask that only delegates and authorized alternate delegates entitled to vote remain in the room. This part of the session will no longer be webcast. We are going to vote. So I would also like to sincerely thank all the participants and observers who have remained with us throughout today's proceedings. We kindly ask also for your cooperation to ensure that the exit from the room is conducted in a coordinated and orderly manner, swiftly as possible, so that we may proceed efficiently with the elections and maintain the quorum. And finally, remind you all that we will start tomorrow's session at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And we will wait for you, of course. So please, the delegates and the alternate ones, have a little bit patience and stay with us.